Now, before I get this video underway, I just want to say that this is not me saying that this is what the entire Pokemon fandom believes to be a top 10 of this list. This is just my personal thing, and, if you have your own list that isn't the same as mine, go ahead and put that in the comments, give your list, and if you want to, give reasons why, because I'm curious to see what you guys come up with, so, yeah. Anyways, enjoy the video of the top 10 Pokemon bosses. Hey guys, and welcome back to Paint's Play... Wait. How did you get here? I guess since you're here, let's do a top 10 video. In every great journey, there must be great challenges to overcome. In Pokemon, these can be the gang leaders, the gym leaders, or the Elite Four and champion. They can be a lot of fun to defeat, and they help you grow as a trainer. This is my list of the top 10 Pokemon bosses. Number 10. For a good majority of Pokemon trainers, Brock was the very first gym leader that they had ever battled. If you had chosen Squirtle or Bulbasaur, it was still quite the challenge. His Geodude brought a good offense making you step your defenses early, and his Onix brought a massive defense that was hard to break down, making you switch to a more offensive approach. But even so, his Onix still had some great moves to back up his defensive wall, and overall, Brock was a tough opponent, and a good start to a long, exciting, and amazing adventure. Number 9. When the 5th generation of Pokemon rolled around, it was at a very high point, gaining a lot of popularity and gaining new players. So with those new players came having to teach them how types and whatnot worked all over again. And having Chili, Salon, and Crest being the first gym leaders to challenge, taught you that very well. Heck, even the gym itself taught you how types work with the puzzle layout before you prior to the actual gym battle. If you had chosen Snivy, you'd have to battle Chili, the fire-type trainer. If you chosen Tepig, you'd have to fight Crest, the water-type trainer. And if you chose Oshawott, you'd have to battle Salon, the grass-type trainer. And to add on to this, if you had trouble defeating them, you could go into the Dream Yard just right of Striaton City and get either a Panpour, a Pansear, or a Pansage, depending on your starter from the NPC at the end of the Dream Yard, helping you get that type advantage you need. Say, if you have a Snivy and you're facing off against Chili, you get that Panpour which would be good against his fire-type Pokemon, and this would also help reinforce the lessons you learned so far about types advantages and disadvantages. Number 8. For most kids like myself, when walking into the Viridian City gym, navigating the puzzle and getting to the gym leader, we were very surprised. Throughout the game we collided with the leader of Team Rocket, Giovanni, and we thought we'd beaten him and taken their plans out of the game once and for all, but it turned out that the leader of Team Rocket was also the gym leader of Viridian City. Seeing that sprite standing there made shivers run down my spine as a kid. He had been a tough opponent that you faced multiple times throughout the game, and this was the final showdown with him. All this time he taunted you and even made you feel like you accomplished nothing when you beat him prior to this. But now you can take him out for good, in the gym that he led no less. And boy is it a tough battle. His specialty is ground-type Pokemon, and if you played the yellow version like myself, you most likely have Pikachu as your top guy. And with the ground types being immune to electric, made this an even bigger challenge for me personally. Though with him being a good challenge, the reason he's not higher on this list is simply because of one little exploit. If you go into Route 01 and catch a Pidgey and bring it back into the battle, you can actually defeat his Dugtrio because all it knows is ground-type moves, and flying types are completely immune to that. But nonetheless, he's a great challenge and deserves this spot at number 8. Number 7. I don't really have any good reasons for putting Bolton on this list, honestly. It's mostly just personal nostalgia, but I can talk about him anyways. When I first played through Pokemon Pearl version, and I got to Volkner, it was either my young self being a terrible Pokemon trainer, bad typing matchups, but I just had the most trouble beating him. I remember spending hours and hours just grinding on Route 222 just to have a chance of beating him. In his presence, his little opening animation shows that he's a force to be reckoned with. He's very tough and he lives up to that presence. He specializes in electric-type Pokemon. Though in Diamond and Pearl version, his team consists of 2 electric types, a normal type, and a water type. I know, it's literally the opposite of an electric type and it makes no sense whatsoever. But thankfully in Pokemon Pearl version, they revised his team so that he has a pure electric type team, consisting of a Raichu, a Jolteon, a Luxray, and an Electivire. Number 6. In the first Black and White games, you had two friend rivals. The first being Bianca, the clumsy girl who'd always choose the Pokemon weak to yours. And then there's Sharon, the smart tactical trainer who'd always choose the Pokemon strong against yours. And when coming into the second Black and White games, which is set 2 years after the first, you find that Sharon has become a gym leader. The first gym leader for that matter. His reasoning for doing this is because he wants to help out new trainers to prepare them for the long journey ahead. His gym itself is built into the back of a trainer school. He really shows his passion for wanting to help out newcoming trainers. And the Pokemon type that's chosen for him is what I find to be personally perfect. He goes strong with normal type Pokemon, and the reason I like this so much is because there is no type advantage or disadvantage to it. It lets your first big battle just be a raw battle, no unfairness, just the pure skill of you as a trainer and the bond you share with your Pokemon. Unless you want to be a cheap ass and pick up a Riola at Velocity Ranch. Number 5. When you first start your journey in the Hoenn region, you learn that your dad is a gym leader. And so after obtaining your first Pokemon and battling a handful of weak trainers, you arrive at his gym and you're probably expecting to challenge him. But not now. He tells you that you're not strong enough, that you should challenge other gyms before trying to challenge him. So you do just that. You take on 4 gym leaders and obtain 4 gym badges. And when you get back to Petalburg, you're ready to fight him. But before you can do that, you must navigate his gym, which is what I find to be a great test of your skill. You go through quite a few rooms, most of them have 2 doors leading out of them. On the doors they'll read something like Speed Room or Accuracy Room. And by this point in your journey you understand how stats, status effects, and how it all works. And so, to get to the gym leader, you must put all that you learned to the test, surpassing many challenges to get to him. And when you do, he greets you. He says that he's going to hold up his gym leader duties and not hold back in this battle at all. He's being dead serious. He hits hard with normal-type Pokemon, hence the name Norman. He has a fast Pokemon, strong Pokemon, defensive Pokemon, a very varied team to say the least. And after you defeat him, he recognizes your skill and gives you a badge to signify how powerful you've become. Number 4. After battling your way through 3 of the Elite Four, you arrive at the last of them, Lance. When you see him standing there, just his sprite alone, you can tell that he means business. He stands there, his arms folded, donning his cape as it waves behind him. You don't know who this guy is, but you know if you don't give it your all, he will wreck you. And this battle theme is one of the most epic themes ever, in my opinion. My second favorite in the Pokemon series. And the type he uses is Dragon types. Back then, the first gen, Dragon types are virtually unstoppable. Ice types are pretty weak, and Dragon types are very few and far between, killing most weaknesses that it might have. He has some powerhouse Pokemon like Gyarados, Aerodactyl, and a star player Dragonite to destroy you if you're not careful. He's a huge challenge and a great way to defeat the final. But what the hell? Number 3. You've done it. You foiled Team Rocket's plans, defeated all the gym leaders in Kanto, and conquered the Elite Four. But it's not over yet. After defeating Lance, he tells you that you would be the champion, but there's someone in your way. Someone who beat the Elite Four before you did. Who could it be? You walk into the next room and you see him standing there. Your rival. The guy who you challenged over and over throughout your journey. You always beat him, but still made you feel like you'd done nothing to prove yourself. And now he's here, the champion of the Kanto region, and the only guy left standing in your way to victory. To becoming the champion. You walk up to him, and the battle begins. He's going all out. His team averages at level 60, and if you didn't heal after your battle with Lance, you're in for some trouble. His whole team consists of some of the best Pokemon that you could obtain at the time. His best Pokemon being the starter that he got that's strong against yours, or the Eevee and Yellow version. His theme isn't as awesome as Lance's, but still gives you that good feeling of an epic battle. And once you defeat him, he admits that you're strong, and you and your Pokemon are recorded in the Hall of Champions. Number 2! I couldn't not put Red on this list. Your journey in the second generation of games, or the remakes, is massive. You don't just traverse one region, but 2. After defeating the Elite Four and the Champion, you can actually go back to the Kanto region and challenge all the gym leaders there. And after you do that, you're allowed to climb up Mount Silver. And when you get to the top, you're greeted by the hero of the first game. He says nothing, and his text box contains only 3 dots. And your battle with him begins. His music is a slightly remixed version of Lance's, but you still get that amazing epic feeling like before. His team is intensely strong. In the originals, his weakest Pokemon was at level 73 and his strongest is at 81. But in the remakes, they actually made him stronger by making his weakest level 80 and his strongest at level 88. He is the biggest challenge to this day. He pulls no punches and it takes all your strategies, all your hyper potions, everything you have to beat him. And when you do, you feel unstoppable, giving you that amazing feeling of victory in your heart. Number 1. Throughout your journey in the Sinnoh region, you meet this woman. She was somewhat of a mystery, and she'd help you in taking out Team Galactic. She was a great friend to you and did whatever she could to help you progress your journey. And so you done it. Blown through Team Galactic, saved the world, defeated all the gym leaders and gotten through the Elite Four. And when you walk into the next room to challenge the champion, you see her standing there. Your friend who helps you out on your journey is the champion. She greets you as a friend, but she doesn't hold back. To this day, I still find her to be one of the toughest champions of all time. Her theme is my personal favorite in any of the Pokemon games. It fits her perfectly and gets you riled up for the most epic battle ever. Her team consists of some of the best Pokemon at the time. Her Spiritomb, at the time, had no weaknesses. She had a powerhouse Lucario to break your defenses, and her best Pokemon, Garchomp, at level 62. This thing is a beast, and still to this day considered one of the best Pokemon ever. Heck, it even got a Mega Evolution in Gen 6. I remember getting to her multiple times, plowing through the Elite Four and getting my Pokemon back to full health. But it wouldn't matter to her. Her Garchomp alone obliterated my team multiple times. She is a strong, respectable, and powerful trainer, and deserves the top spot on my list. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video, I really appreciate it. If you would like to check out my Pokemon Emerald Let's Play, you can click right here. And if you want to subscribe, click right down there. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.